What is your name?
Josh Zelden. I'm what they call C4, and that's the last year of seminary before ordination. I guess it was a shift I've experienced, and it's the expected shift, but it was beautiful that it happened organically. It's from a concentration on an internal formation of my own spiritual growth and virtues, which of course continues for my entire life, but shifting from that sort of personal growth formation to an outward pastoral approach, to where I'm in that serving mission mode, and then just sort of experiencing that shift has been sort of my main takeaway from last year. So Father Josh Rodrigue at the seminary has a sort of a cliche mantra. It's grow where you're planted. So it's I want to stay present at the seminary, even though it's going to be my last semester, and I've been there for years, and I don't want to just miss it and just go past it as if it's this thing I need to get through to get to the next step. Although that is what it is, it's also a place where I need to be present. So my last semester of formation, just gather everything that I can from the process, from the seminary, from the wisdom and the formation that's available there, especially the practicums for sacraments, celebrating Mass, hearing confessions, anointing the sick, etc. So we're going to be heavy practical, and so I'm really looking forward to that. I spoke earlier about that sort of outward approach from internal spiritual growth and virtue to a pastoral approach to those I'm serving. And I think I really took away from the Eucharistic Congress, and it's something I've been sitting with the last few weeks, is just how powerful and beautiful the witness of the laity is for me. I think I sort of underestimated how beautiful that was. So as I was at the Eucharistic Congress and being with 50,000 plus people all adoring the Blessed Sacrament was just a very powerful experience. I felt the faith, it uplifted me, and I'm just looking forward to having something like that and really holding on to that and encouraging that in my relationship with my future flock, the people of this diocese and my future parish, just experiencing the beautiful give and take and the power of their witness that will strengthen me, and not just me trying to strengthen them and serve them, but allowing myself to be served and fed by that power and that faith. So when I was a kid, it was very strange. I didn't really have an obvious thing I wanted to do when I grew up. My father was a lawyer, and he sort of told me to not be a lawyer. And so I had this sort of sense that I wanted to be a lawyer, but because he said, you probably don't want to do that, I kind of didn't allow myself to really say that or think that. But of course, that's what I became. And I was a lawyer for 20 years. And I enjoyed it. It was a way to serve and be fulfilled and make money. But ultimately, it really was very unsatisfying in ways that I didn't quite understand until I came to the decision to answer the call to go to seminary for priestly formation. Very glad I'm not a lawyer anymore, I must say. In many ways, it kind of wore me out. I think walking on water, especially with Peter walking on water as part of that whole scene and that pericope from the gospel. It's just astonishing to know, just to imagine myself in the place of the apostles when they see Jesus walking on the sea, and obviously just frightened out of their mind of what is going on, and then realizing it's Jesus, and then Peter having that courage to ask him, if it's really you, Lord, invite me to come out of the water, and then Peter actually walking on the water too. I know there's a lot of people want to jump to the idea of Peter not having faith and falling, and then Jesus saving him, but he did actually walk on the water for a little bit, which is just astonishing. So it's one of those miracles that Jesus sort of allows one of his apostles to participate in. I find that kind of fascinating, and just the control and the power over the natural world, and the implications for that. If he has control over even the sea and the storm, he has control over everything. So I think that's my favorite. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I'll just think of the saint that's been on my mind and heart lately, and that's Pier Giorgio Frassati. I just read a little biography of him that his sister wrote. But the question I would ask him, I don't even know if it would be a question. It was more I would just want to hang out with him and experience what it was like his joy and verve and just zeal for the beatitude life of unquestioned, energetic service and love and self-sacrifice in such a joyful, beautiful way. I just want to be around him. I don't think there's any specific question because I'm sure we have a beautiful answer, but it's his experience and his witness that would be a joy to be around. Yeah. Specific prayers, right. There's something I said last year or in years past about, I forget the phrasing I used. I might have used purity of heart. But it's something similar to that again. And again, what I mean by that is just this, the thing I'm most afraid of and the thing I ask for the most prayers for myself as a future priest is I don't want to be a mediocre priest. I don't want to do it half-hearted. I don't want to get comfortable and complacent. I want to constantly have the pastor's heart to stretch myself, to allow the Spirit to give me the energy and the wisdom and the strength to serve fully 100%, never holding anything back. And so I just asked for the prayers to give me the grace to never settle for mediocrity, to be 100% all in for Jesus and his body.